that's an idea. Now that's an idea. Now that's an idea.
And welcome to Now That's an Idea. This is your podcast, Tight After's podcast, and we are moving away from those politicians because, hey, they may rule this place, but we're the ones with all the ideas. So welcome to your first show without a politician, and get ready for some good ideas. Here we go.
And then start. Kia ora and welcome to Now That's an Idea. And today we're kicking off our non-election special on Tight Awhiti. And I'm very pleased to announce we've got artist and researcher Dayna Raroa here on the show. You've been studying severe weather impacts and their impact on health and well-being. And now that's being turned into an art exhibition. But before we jump into that, who are you? What are you doing? Why on the show?
Kia ora koutou, ko Dayna Raroa tōku ingoa, e uri ahau no Ngāti Porou, from the East Coast, live here in Gisborne, and I guess I randomly got involved as a community researcher with Te Wiri Charitable Trust because my sister actually is one of the people that lead the charitable trust, and naturally she said to me, hey, why don't you be one of our community researchers on a project? And I said, well, what do I have to do? And she said, well, you basically just have to talk to people. So I said, oh, okay. Well, how hard can it be? So that's how I fell into that. And other than that, yeah, I've been an artist almost my whole life, I guess. Went to uni in Wellington, and I am currently actually doing my Masters of Design through Massey University as well. So that will be running alongside MŌWAI, my exhibition.
Now, yes. So there is an exhibition coming up, but there's also a report. So there's a spoiler alert, the exhibition is based on the report. But so what do we start with first? You know, the chicken or the egg, the art exhibition or the report?
Well, I guess MŌWAI, The Weight of Water, is the title of the exhibition. In short, it's a community exhibition, but also a form of knowledge mobilization. So it's about making research visible, tangible, and accessible to a much wider audience. And yeah, it came or grew from the findings of the research report, Kua Huri Te Tai, Kua Pari Te Tai Aroha, bringing those ideas and conversations to life through creativity.
Yeah, because my time at university was very much, you know, you're studying things, and then you eventually, if you go far enough, you get to do some research. And I did a year of research, and as soon as you start doing research, you think, oh my God, I have to pay someone like to read this. That's like kind of the nature of research. If you get good at research, then other academics might read your research. But I mean, it's a pretty tough game out there trying to get people into research. So I think, you know, the art idea is wonderful. So what is the exhibition? Is it going to be multiple things going on at different places, or is it multimedia? And what are you doing?
Yes, so I guess I'll run you through a bit of a process maybe on MŌWAI. So basically I started sharing the research themes and simply opening the door to creatives. Some were established artists and others, you know, had never seen themselves as artists before. So the invitation was that, you know, this community's research and how would you like to respond to it, I guess. I didn't want to put too many barriers in place because I wanted people to come with their own vision, but there's so many different creatives that are involved in this. I have 40 plus. So, you know, there's lighting design, projections, builders, you know, painters, sculptors.
So where is it happening exactly? Because this is a lot of people. I don't know if there's a venue big enough to put everyone.
Yeah, well, actually, it's happening at the Marina, the old Marina restaurant down by the river in Gizzy. And I chose that spot because I wanted it to mean something. I wanted it to be somewhere, you know, that was affected actually by the extreme weather. And of course, I chose somewhere that is mainly windows. So it was great to have an exhibition that needs wall space, somewhere that is mainly windows. But we've managed to cross those barriers and we've put walls up. Now, yeah, it's starting to look like an actual gallery space. So pretty stoked.
Awesome. That's such a fascinating building, but also such a like an unutilized space in Tairāwhiti, or Tūranga, because it's almost like the best location where I don't think many people. Is it still a cafe or restaurant at the moment?
No, so it's just the kitchen is leased out at the moment, so the actual restaurant part isn't being used unless you hire it out. So yeah,
So you hired it
it will
out.
be great. Yes, I hired it out, but it will also be great to bring the community back to that spot because yeah, it's quite iconic in Gizzy, so it's nice. And Roger Faber has just been like amazing as well.
Who's Roger Faber? What's he doing?
Well, he's the guy. He's the guy
The
that
guy.
you go to. Yeah, the go-to guy if you want the marina.
I heard that building was actually a 21st birthday present for, was it like the mayor, Lindsay's daughter or something like that? And so
I'm not
Uhuru.
sure.
I don't know about your 21st birthday present, but I didn't get a grand old house.
Yeah, that would be nice.
So what did you do in the report? So is this your kind of what you usually do? A bit of like research into that, or were you kind of thrown in the deep end by the whānau?
Yeah, so no, I had never I had never done any research before, so I was thrown in the deep end a bit, but I got right in there and I put myself out there, but it was led by Holly Thorpe, who is amazing in this space, and Josie McClutchy. So, yeah, I had some good tutors at hand, so was stoked with that.
So did you go around interviewing people?
Yeah, so the report was carried out with over 77 participants across Tairāwhiti, after extreme weather events, including but not only Cyclone Gabrielle. And it was a qualitative research, which means that it was built from stories and kōrero, interviews, wānanga, and lots of cup of teas and biscuits. Yeah. And I think that approach mattered because it gave people space to kōrero in their own words, like to talk about what it really felt like, how they've coped, and what they need for the future. So, yeah, the methodology was grounded in kaupapa Māori values, which meant, whānau hapu knowledge was central. And I think the research itself became part of the healing process for some people.
Yeah, I mean, just talking about things can be so powerful, especially, I think part of what's interesting about this research as well is that, like, a bit like in COVID, some people had a great time. They were like, I'm on holiday for like 6 months, just like pottering in the garden, probably like, just having a beer, doing a bit of this, a bit of that. But then for other people, that maybe they're like stuck in an abusive relationship and can't leave the house. Like, just like the sphere of difference can be so wide. So what were some of the interesting stories that you heard personally that kind of captured your attention?
Well, there was several strong themes that stood out in the research. Whānau and hapu as first responders was a big one. Kaumātua as anchors for communities, rangatahi voices, grief for whenua in the taiao, resilience through aroha, and I guess where there were surprises, things that people told you that sort of went against your expectations. So, something that was surprising to me was how strongly people emphasize the emotional and spiritual side of the disaster. So they talked about, roads being cut off or losing power and, practical struggles. But what came through even louder was the grief for whenua, the awa, the moana. People described it like losing a whānau member, I guess. Urupa were lost. Yeah, that depth of emotion. I didn't think that it was going to be so raw and so central, but yeah, it just reminded me that for us, the land and the water are part of us too.
Yeah, you only had to, like, on the day after Cyclone Gabrielle, like the morning of, if you went down to any of the rivers, there was just this kind of disgusting brown log-filled place that was just kind of clogged up like a clogged artery having a heart attack or a stroke or something like that. was
Yeah.
quite. It was quite. It was raw.
Mm.
How did you personally kind of get through this? Were you around at the time?
Yeah, I was living here. Personally, it didn't really hit me that hard. So going into this research, I was quite oblivious to all the things and the things that people were still going through, months later, possibly still are. So yeah, that was quite eye-opening for me.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I think something like this research is important because, gosh, life is so busy, and an event like this, you can kind of really pass you by. But it's much the same with COVID, where I know people who have still got long COVID, and their lives are kind of changed and like kind of ruined forever because they're just exhausted all the time. And yeah, same with the cyclone. People's houses and they are on rivers and stuff, and they're just kind of I don't know, graveyards to their past lives. So how did the idea for an exhibition come up? Because I know research, it can feel very important when you're doing it, and then it kind of goes on the shelf, and then a few people read it, maybe it comes up in some council report. But yeah, the people that you kind of most want to read it or be reading it don't, because it's got all these often hard, crazy words to read, like quantitative and qualitative, which I didn't know what meant until my like 4th year of university. So yeah, how did you come up with the idea for an exhibition?
Yeah, so I think for me, after we had finished the research, I wasn't satisfied about it sitting on a shelf, even though it has done amazing things out in the community already. I just feel like to reach a broader range of people, it's such an amazing report, would be amazing. And also because I'm a creative type, so I sort of saw a funding opportunity through Health Research Council and went for it. And it's really about bringing the report to life. So I wanted people to feel it, not just read it, having over 40 local creatives from all walks of life responding to the findings in their own way, and then the community coming in and being able to experience that. I think being able to feel it, see it, hear it, just brings a whole nother aspect to the research.
It took an artist to really get this ball rolling, because the researchers are good at researching, but you're like, no, we need to turn this into art now
Yeah,
for the people.
pretty much. Yeah.
And what do you hope people are going to see in this? Or can you give us a hint of like maybe what? Obviously, this is a audio visual kind of program, but we can't see the artwork. But can you give us a hint or a taste or a flavor of what people might see when they come in?
Wow. Yes, I can. I think some of the responses to the research from the creatives were literal, like a seat built from pieces of the washed out MŌWAI bridge. Whereas others were symbolic, some spoke to resilience, identity, but I guess what surprised me was how much aroha and imagination has come through this, which is why I didn't want to put too many barriers around it in the first place. I wanted people to come with their own ideas, their own creativity, whatever it might be, textile or, painting or projection. I've got a tattoo artist, for instance, who's going to have a flash sheet of tattoos in case
No
anybody
way.
might want to get one. Yeah.
Are you going to get a tattoo?
Yes, of course. And I've even got potions, so drinks with an experience. Yeah, so, even though the themes were heavy, the artworks have sort of found ways to carry both grief and hope. The balance really reflects the spirit of the report, I think.
Yeah, I mean, and also that's how people grieve and deal with difficulty. Is some people, cry, some people laugh, and so yeah, I mean, it's interesting the report as well, just seeing how people deal with difficult situations.
Mm.
And so, when's it happening? Where is it happening? What are the dates? Give us the details.
Yes, so the opening, which will be the best night to come to, because it will have all the things, it is on this Saturday, so 2 days' time, at 6 p.m. at the Marina restaurant. And then it will be open Monday to Friday the following week 10 till 2 and 6 till 8 p.m. because just out of coincidence, I chose the date months ago, and the Tairāwhiti Arts Festival is running at the same time. So in order to catch people coming through the light show, I thought, well, I'll open up at night as well during the week, and some of those people might want to mosey on over, check it out.
So is it 1 week only?
Yeah, unfortunately. it
Well,
is.
I mean, it means people have to get in there quick.
That's right. And
No mucking
also,
about.
we do have a website that will be going live maybe tomorrow.
Maybe.
Maybe. It's a mystery. Yeah, so I mean, you can keep up to date and get all the details there as well, and that will have everything from the exhibition on there as well. So, yeah.
Probably even find the report there.
That's right.
Awesome. Oh, thanks so much for joining us and being the first participant of the non-election politicians, because as interesting as they are, it's not everything.
So grateful that I get to be the first one.
Pleasure.
Now that's an idea.